Welcome back to Keep Expecting Miracles. I am Ilissa,
And I'm Jessica.
and we're back with another episode.
We sure are.
We just aired our 1 year anniversary episode, so that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun and exciting, and we're coming to you today with a mini pod. You know, we like to do our mini pods because we are people that have children and other lives and other work that occurs. So the mini pods work for us and they're fun. It's either pop culture topics, movies. We've added books as a category, so we're gonna discuss a book today. And you know what? Oh my gosh, I have the book.
Do you?
I
The
do,
physical
but
book?
it's not. I don't have
Oh,
it. I don't have it, and the baby is
with you.
sleeping. The baby's sleeping. I don't want to go out there.
Yeah, don't bother.
Yeah, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Do you have the author's name though?
I do. I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. But how are you doing, Jessica? Just a quick check-in before we get into the book
Yes,
that
the
we're
book.
discussing.
I am good. Um, you know, doing some new things, learning some new things when it comes to running a business.
Yes.
So, but
Yes.
I'm good and excited for that. It's like a whole it's a whole thing.
Mhm.
Switching gears, like I'm literally learning how to do specifically what I'm doing as far as like the back end of running a business, especially like an online business,
Right. Right.
which I didn't have that information before. So
Right.
it's not easy, but it is learnable and figure outable. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I am um preparing to leave to go out of town. We're pre-recording this episode because when this episode airs, I think I'll be getting back
Mm-hmm.
from
Mm-hmm.
from being in Bali. So I am preparing right now. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be interesting to listen to this episode after I get back.
Yeah.
I'm preparing myself. I decided to do something radical and focus on me this week. Like pack everything, get everything that I need, make sure all of my stuff is good. And then next week, I leave next Saturday. So all of next week, it'll be preparing the kids in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I can focus on making sure they have their all their clothes washed and fold. I can make the groceries that need to be in the house, the lunch stuff, the snack stuff, and the
Mm-hmm.
instructions for the grandparents, and um, make sure everything is in order and in place so it's easy for everybody. And so I'm like, okay, because that way, because focusing on yourself last is like you forget last minute stuff. You're rushing around. I'm like, no, let me focus on me
Yeah.
first. I'm the one that's going out of town.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
And as much as, you want to, it's like you really have to categorize. You have to just, okay, what are the things that I have to actively do? Plus, for a trip like Bali, where you're supposed to be, or not supposed to be, but you're going to get centered, refresh, renewed, reset. It's so important to prepare beforehand. And, um, so it's like, okay, do all this stuff that I got to do to make sure everything's straight, and then
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and then also still make time
mm-hmm.
for you, making sure that you are set. I hope that. I mean, I know it will. I know it'll work out that way where you're able to go with ease and just move right into each step and each phase and
Yeah.
get there and feel good.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm excited about that. But we're gonna get into this book. I'm so mad that I don't have the book right here so I can hold it up. But it's called Black Candle Women.
And it's by Diane Marie Brown.
It's such a pretty book too. It's so pretty, like
Mm-hmm.
the cover and stuff, how it looks. It I saw that it was a part of the Chicago Hoodoo Society. They were doing a book club on for Hoodoo Heritage Month, which is the month of October, and they chose that book to read. And so I started listening to the book, and I listened to the book in like a one weekend, like just all the way straight through, because it was so good to me. It was so interesting to me. And I kept saying, Jessica, you
Mhm.
gotta listen, Jessica, you gotta listen. And so now we've both listened slash read, and we've decided to talk about it on the podcast because it's very relatable.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
And there were some parts where I'm like, "Ugh."
I
You know
know.
how you go with the characters, like, "Why are you doing this?
Um,
This could go differently." But
yes.
it's like, I mean, if there's one thing that the book really proves is that what you feel you are supposed to do, even if it doesn't make sense to other people, is the thing that should be done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, that's a lot of how life is, just in general. Is we make our own decisions, and despite what
Mhm.
other people may say, can't nobody tell us differently. Um,
Yeah.
so I wanted to, before we get on into it, is read the book's description so that we can just give a little preface. Oh, so this they have, first of all, there's like two different covers, because this is not how the actual book looks, but this is how it looks on
Really? The
Amazon.
pink? Yeah,
It's
that's what I was gonna pull up.
no, it's purple.
Oh,
It's
okay.
purple and it has a black
Okay.
candle on it. Like it's like a
Oh,
deep
wow.
dark purple. It's so pretty. It's so
Okay.
pretty. Um but I think that's the paperback. Oh yeah, see? This is how the hardcover. I bought the hardcover. So this is how the hardcover looks.
Oh, wow.
Mm,
So, see, that's okay. I remember you showing me that, and I was like, "That doesn't look familiar to me."
yeah. Yeah.
The pink cover looked familiar.
Yes, but so here's the
Mm.
description. It says, generations of Montrose women, Augusta, Victoria, Willow, have always lived together in their quaint California bungalow. They keep to themselves, never venture far from home, and their collection of tinctures and spells is an unspoken bond between them. But when young Nikki Montrose brings home a boy for the first time in their quiet lives, are thrown into disarray. For the family has withheld a crucial secret from Nikki all these years. Any person a Montrose woman fall in love with will die. Their surprise guest forces each woman to reckon with her own past choices and mistakes. And as new truths about the curse emerge, they're set on a collision course dating back to the 1950s New Orleans French Quarter, where a hidden story in a mysterious book may just hold the answers they seek in life and in love. So that gives us a little bit of information about, it's the book is set in California. It's modern day California. So like currently like 2022, 2023 time, I
Mhm.
think, is when the book came out. So it's after COVID. They do mention COVID, so it is relevant.
Mhm.
And it features three generations of women, a grandma, a mom, an auntie, and then a teenage girl. They're black, of course, and
Mhm.
they're witches. They're witchy. They're witchy witches. So they have spells and potions, which is why Jessica and I wanted to, highlight this, because we like magical, things. And then it's a book that goes back and forth from present day, now California, to, like they said, 1950s New Orleans. So I grew up in Louisiana, and so I just love like New Orleans, anything. Like we've mentioned New Orleans culture is like
Mhm.
very specific.
We have.
So yeah. So what is the
Yeah.
first theme that you or just anything? What is anything?
Well, I wanted to also follow up with what you were saying with the book, like how they organize the way that the story is told. I love that it goes through each chapter is a character's name, right?
Yeah.
So me listening to the audiobook, I'm like, who am I learning about right now? Oh, right, it's Willow. Oh, right, it's Nikki. It was so much easier because the way so much easier to keep track of because the way that the characters are developed, like the way that Diane wrote it, it's very like we get really wrapped in, like really deep into the story,
Yes. Yes.
to the point where, for it's very well written. It's like I'm watching a movie.
Mhm.
Like, I'm seeing everything play out. Like, I can see the rooms that everything is happening in,
Mhm. Mhm.
which I
And this is her
love that
first
part.
this is her the author's first novel.
I'm gonna say published because
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the way that it's written to me is not like a typical first book.
Well, that's what she
Um,
said. This is her first book. She lives, it says Diane Marie Brown lives in Southern California, professor at the Orange Coast College of Public Health and professional for the Long Beach Health Department. She grew up in Stockton, California, then later moved to LA to attend UCLA. After many years working in public health and disaster preparedness, she earned a master's degree in fiction. Okay, so at USC's
mhm.
Master of Professional Writing program. Like you said, yeah, she's been writing. She lives in Long Beach and her husband and with her husband and four daughters. Wow. And Dog
Wow.
Brownie, her debut novel, Black Candle Woman, came out March 7th, 2023. And this is how she looks. She looks like us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
I love that.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. I'm like trying to figure out where to start
Well,
because
yeah.
yeah.
Well, we can start with just some themes that we noticed in the book. Secrets is one of them. Family secrets.
Hmm.
Generational curses.
So the very first thing, of course, that you just described in reading the synopsis of the book is that there is a big thing with this family secret,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was one of the things that reading the book, I'm like, if I'm a big believer in everybody needs to know what's going on. Okay. I'm like, we need to stop keeping these secrets.
Yeah.
We need to fill everybody in.
Yeah.
We should know. And so
Yeah.
the book, like, she did such a good job of describing, or like, not, it wasn't even described, it's just in the dialogue of
Mm-hmm.
going about how these family secrets hurt us and poison us
Mm-hmm.
as we try to, we think that we're protecting everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and we ain't
Mm-hmm.
protecting nobody.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is that is I believe the same exact thing. I think things should be out in the open. I think conflict should be handled in the moment or, shortly thereafter. I don't believe in letting things linger. I don't definitely don't believe in family secrets. My mom is a family secret teller. She is somebody who always preached that like we need to tell, we need to be open, people need to know, we have to know what's going on in the
Hmm.
family, even just extended family. She's always been the person that was like, this is what's going on, and so she's kind of been the black sheep because of that, but that I've learned openness because of her. And so when you are around people that are not that way, or when you encounter
Yeah.
people that are not that way, you can easily see, or I can see like the breakdown, or I can see like, oh, this is why this family has certain issues, or this is why there's certain issues,
Hmm.
because y'all are not truth tellers. Y'all are you sweeping stuff under the rug just to save face, and y'all got real deep rooted issues.
And which would easily be figured out if you did talk about it, if they spoke about it.
Right.
Like Nikki, so at the beginning of the book, and I guess we should say that there are spoilers here while we're talking about it. We're going, pretty into the book.
Mm-hmm.
So watch this after you read it if you plan on reading it. So the book starts, or at the beginning, Nikki brings home her friend Felix, and she didn't expect her mother to be up in arms, right? Her Victoria is Nikki's mother, and she just had such a hard time with Felix being in the house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She like it caught Nikki by surprise, and she was just like, "What's happening?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, like why is this not right? She had all these questions, and as a former teenage girl, like I'm like, you can't do that to somebody. Like, just let her know, because then what is she gonna think? My mom is just evil. My mom is mean. My,
Right. Well, especially since it was her birthday dinner, first of all. Second of
Mm-hmm.
all, the mom didn't even stay for the birthday dinner. She was just like, I don't feel well. I need to go lay down and sleep. She left the dinner. Like, This is your only
Yes.
daughter, your only child's birthday dinner. Okay, yeah, so she invited a friend over unannounced, unexpectedly. But
Hmm.
you can't sit through a birthday dinner. You got to go upstairs and lay down. Like, what kind of toxic BS is this? Like,
And then her aunt's covering for her mom.
yes.
I'm like, I was thinking like as I'm listening to the story, because I listened to it, I didn't read it physically,
Me too.
but I'm
Yeah.
thinking, okay, well, the aunts, right, the mother sisters can at least say, hey, this is why your mom is rocked right now. This is
Yeah.
like very much her nervous system was dysregulated and she couldn't bring herself to come down.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, okay, like it's they know that they have a secret, but they didn't know when it should be told, and so it's just presenting. It's like
Mhm.
reaction, and because this is
Mhm.
not this, because that is her aunt, she's not going to overstep her boundaries. To tell her niece something that her mom
Mhm.
hasn't yet told her. And then the other dynamic is the generational alliance. Like, the aunt and the mom are sisters, so of course their alliance is strong. They ain't, the daughter is not gonna be able to, triangulate
Yeah,
them, even though she eventually does in the book. But then we have the
exactly.
grandma. Then we have the grandma, and so the grandma, though, isn't it so crazy, the ailment that the grandma has? She cannot talk.
Girl.
The
And I
secret keeper of the whole family had a stroke. Did she have a stroke that left
I don't
her?
even remember.
Yes, I think she had a stroke, and she has a thing called aphasia or something,
Uh-huh.
where you can't speak.
Mhm. She has to use a little robotic, she has to type out everything and the robot speaks
Yes, or she
in
can
order
just
for her to
write it
speak.
down.
Yeah. Yeah. That, I mean, when as they were, going through the book, because this goes on to another thing here. When you're forcing your will, they did a lot of that.
Mhm.
A lot of forcing of wills.
Mhm.
And um which I guess would turn like the magic that they were doing into black magic,
Mhm.
because you're changing the way that someone behaves and, really forcing the outcome of a situation. Um, and it's like there was a very, very clear display of when you do this, when you try to force something to happen, it's going to come back on you.
Yeah.
And that's well known for
Yeah.
people, who practice things like it's one of the reasons why we're, anytime you manifest something, like we say this or something better and to the highest good for the highest good of all.
Right.
Um, and what they were doing, especially Augusta is the name of the grandmother, like her not being able to speak. I was like, oh, shoot, she did something.
Mhm.
She did something.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it just, if you withhold information, your voice can eventually leave you.
Yeah.
It's you literally don't have a voice because you didn't speak what you were supposed to speak.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it is kind of sad just knowing that, but the you are still able, the chapters that are about the grandmother, like, they go back to the 1950s, so it gives her backstory and why things are the way that they are now, and so it's really good. The mother, Victoria, she is a therapist.
Yes.
She's a therapist, and oh my gosh, I just loved the gift that they gave her. She's not only is she a therapist, because so the grandma thought that she was the one with the gift. Like, every Montrose woman has a gift. Well, not every. They believe that only one person in the family can possess the gift, which I don't believe
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
But so that's what they believe. So they believe that it was the mother, Victoria.
Hmm.
Um, and so, oh, the baby just woke up, so you might hear him crying. But so her gift is she can feel what people have going on with them. She can feel it in her body. And I was like, whoa, that is so crazy, because I'm a therapist and I can feel what people have going on in
Hmm.
their body. I just learned that. Like, I used to think it was me and my how I felt, but now that I know my body and I'm more grounded in it, I know that this is their stuff. So I thought that was a very
Mm,
relatable thing. Like, that is a real thing that she put in the book.
yeah. Related to her in the fact that she's like, I built all of this. You guys are able to stay with me at my house because I built all of this. And she used her magic basically to fortify herself, to build a life for herself. I'm thinking about how she thought that it was just her. She didn't see the light in her sisters because Victoria is the one who has the power and, who is the gifted one. The fact that she started losing clients, excuse me. She started losing clients once Willow left. I said, "Oh,
Well, she
I'm
did
like,
that because that was a secret that Willow had. She was secretly giving people spells to work as they would leave out
mhm,
of the door. So they would go in for one issue to talk to Victoria, and then as they were checking out, they would see Willow, and Willow would be like, "Here, do this, and this will work." And so they started to come back, but it was only so that it was like, okay, yeah, I'm getting therapy, but I'm also this is also happening. So that's another theme of the book, or something that I wanted to point out that I really liked about the book, is that it did highlight the gifts of each family member. But so Willow
yeah,
is a root worker, spells, and she worked with herbs and
mhm,
concoctions and teas and potions and stuff. But she the family had this book, basically like a grimoire, like a recipe book that was passed down from the grandma to them, that had
mhm,
recipes, spells, but it was basically spells, for
mhm.
potions and teas and different things to help them with their magic. And so, even though it's interesting to me that the grandma thought that she was the gifted one, but why wasn't Victoria ever using the book? Like, why is that like not a part of her gift?
Mhm. Mhm.
Isn't that weird to you?
It yes, yes. It was definitely it that was weird. And that's something that I still haven't pieced together because I don't know. I feel like um if anything, like she should have looked into the book, especially considering like what happened to her. Like she lost her husband,
Yeah.
or I don't remember if they were married. Um,
Yeah, I think
but
yeah,
she
they got married. Well, I
they
think
got
I
married.
think it was just like, okay, I'm a therapist, so I know how to do therapy, and this is the gift that I have. It was almost like a forgotten skill. Like, for some reason, the grandma didn't emphasize like you still need the book. But what the thing is, as a therapist, you cannot, like, that's unethical to bring magic into it.
And she mentioned that,
Yeah,
and she did say that,
yeah.
which, she was so afraid that she was gonna get shut down after Willow left when one of her clients came up and was like, "Oh, that foot powder. I need that foot powder for my husband that Willow gave me." And she just blatantly said, when I heard, I said, "Oh shoot." She said, "No, nope, I don't believe in anything like that. I'm sorry, Willow was lying to you." And I'm
Like,
like, I
girl,
mean,
you
that
got a whole
well,
voodoo
that shows how you
shrine
have to
upstairs in your room.
you upstairs doing these what did she do for her daughter? I forgot what the spell was,
Yeah,
but to keep Felix away from
was
her.
it an uncrossing? No, a banishing spell.
Something like that.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. Yeah,
So she wasn't connecting the two.
no, no,
Whereas Willow had that skill where she's like, "Oh, well, you're working on this part here, your mindset with Victoria. Here, let me give you these tools now."
right. So that is the distinction. Because for a long time, I didn't know the distinction. So what Victoria was doing was voodoo.
Mhm.
She was,
Mhm.
leaving offerings, lighting candles, saying the names of the different saints, and praying to the people in that religion. And then what Willow was doing was hoodoo, the root work,
Mhm.
the spells, the decoctions, the powders, the potions, um, which is, a derivative of voodoo, but it's the actual, hands-on work
Mhm.
of it. So it was like they were doing
Mhm.
two separate things. in one house, even though it stems from the same thing. But I thought that was so
Yeah.
interesting. I'm like,
It,
how are they doing
uh-huh.
this? And they don't even
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, that's a part of there was always a missing link. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, they can do, and because of there being the family secret, which is the overarching theme here,
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
the way that family secrets play out in the dynamics of life and how different different problems happen within families.
Right.
Um, but they were all doing these different things and not able to, it wasn't cohesive.
Right.
And even Nikki, once Nikki, she's thinking about her mom. Once Nikki started finding things out, right, little by little, she describes her mom. She's like, yes, she goes to church all the time. She prays to the saints all the time.
Hmm.
She's, be having the ash on her forehead for Ash Sunday.
Ash
And
Wednesday,
like, it's not,
Wednesday.
sorry, I said Ash. She has the ash on her head for Ash Wednesday and has the palm. She saves her palm leaves for Palm Sunday.
Yes, yes, yes.
And she's like, she wouldn't possibly be practicing voodoo or anything like that,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
And so, my thought there, I'm like, so we don't talk about it with the kids. You're not gonna tell your daughter,
Right.
like,
Right. Well, one of the and we're not gonna explain the whole entire book because we want you guys to read it. But
hmm
but one of the last things I want to mention is generational curses in
yeah.
families and what you might believe is a generational curse. What do you believe in your family is a generational curse? In this family, they believe that anybody that they fell in love with would die and pass away. And so
hmm
if the person didn't die, then they just chalked it up to, oh well, I didn't really love him. That person didn't really love them.
hmm
And for me, like, I believe that generational curses are real. It's a cycle. It's a cycle or a
hmm
pattern in a family. And for me, it's like if the secret was never there in the first place, they could have figured out A, how to break the curse, or B, the curse is not even existent.
Yeah.
Because at the end,
I,
what did they have to do to just break the
look,
curse?
at the end, y'all, at the end, when they go see, because then this is going to bring in a whole other character, but basically that the book of the grimoire, let's just call it the grimoire, did not even belong to that family, to the Montrose family, right? They go back to the original owner
Hmm.
and
In New
or
Orleans.
creator of it,
Hmm.
and she's like, you have everything you need to break the spell right here in the book.
All you have to do is say the words on like the first page.
Uh-huh. It was something real easy. And for it took Nikki, who was like, okay, what's going on? Oh, I'm going, here.
She ran away.
Nikki
She ran away.
being, this was very much a coming of age story for her. We
Hmm.
saw how she was this timid girl into this boy, and then her character was developed in a way where she suddenly became more feminine, became a woman. Even Willa was like, the look in her eyes, like, wow, Willa, Nikki, you look really pretty. You look like your mom. Something had changed within her.
Hmm.
And it was like the more that she understood and learned about this magic, the more she started practicing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
was developing herself. She went on her journey. She traveled back to New Orleans to you'll have to remind me what she was doing. I don't remember, but it took them gathering all together and like, hey, well, how do we break this spell?
Hmm. Well,
Just
she had
because
ran away. She
of
didn't
her.
even tell them that she was leaving. She ran away. They didn't know where she was at. She wanted to
hmm
go and find the shop that they used to work in, that grandma used to work in, because
Yeah.
she got her hands on the book. So it's literally a story of, oh, you don't want to tell me what's going on with this family? Y'all don't want to tell me what's going on? Y'all don't want to tell me after I've begged y'all for months what's going on, what's going on, what's going on, what's going on? Okay, I'm going to run away and leave and go back to the place where I believe is the beginning of the story, and I'm going to find out the answers myself.
Right.
Like she
Right.
was gonna find out what was causing her family to be the way that they were, no matter what. And that's when you kind of get like into dangerous territory, and why you have to be open with one another is because people start
Mhm.
making decisions based on, well, yo, you're not telling me, so I might as well
Mhm.
go.
Mhm. 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 And that's a whole other like sub theme there. It's always the one who's breaking the rules that ends up really making the most change.
Black sheep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she definitely was.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Goodness.
Yeah. So it's a really good
Yeah.
book. We encourage you guys, if you want a really nice read, easy, it's an easy listen, because we both listened to
Mhm.
it, but I had to buy the book after I listened to it because it was such a great book. Easy read, nice listen. It's very entertaining. The lady that narrates it on Audible, I love her. She narrates each character. It's her one voice, but she makes her voice sound different with each of the characters, which is really nice. Read the book, Black Candle Women. It's really
Yeah.
good. Highly
Highly
recommended.
recommended.
Yes, highly recommended.
Yes.
Yes, I would love to see if we could get the author. Have a conversation with the
Mhm.
author. I mean, I'm sure she's probably done plenty of interviews already. It came out in 2003, 23, but
Mhm.
that would be a good conversation to have.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely would be. And which character do you most align with? Is it with Victoria?
Well, it's the trait, um the trait of, yes, I probably like my unaware sleep self, yes, because I am
Mhm.
the oldest daughter. Trained therapist. um I do hold myself in high regard, but I do believe I know what's good for each of my family members. And so that's one of the things, like, my more conscious self is working on, not to press my will or what I think
Mm.
is best for people. It's a very hard
Mhm.
thing to not do. So yes, I do identify with her the most, because it's hard. Like, if you feel like, oh, this is what this person's problem is, all you have to do is this. I say it. And so, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
take matters into my own hands and try to do spells and, try to make them make certain decisions. Absolutely not. But it's like, the conversations sometimes that I have with them end up being the same, because I'm like, well, we're ended up back at the same issue. Well, so probably so. Yeah.
And everything that she was doing was to protect her family.
Yes.
It was for protector.
Yes.
She believed she was doing the right thing every time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm more so aligned with Willow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Especially like the stuff that she was saying. She was like, "Yeah, I know we got the spell, but okay, I'm gonna still work my way around it because I'm always like, well, there's a way around some."
Yes. Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
with the way that she was doing things, and I was like,
And
man,
she was the cook.
yeah.
She was the cook in the family. She cooked all the
Mhm.
meals, the good
Mhm.
meals for everybody.
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
does
yeah.
fit. That does fit you.
And I always be just giving away when Victoria was like, "Did Willow ask you for money for this?" And the woman was like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "That sound like me. Just here. Oh, here's some tea. You need some.
Yeah.
Like, here's the tincture.
Right. Right.
I know what you need. Just try this."
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's funny.
that was a good book. Check it out. Check it
Mhm.
out. And we want to have more discussions with books. Like we said, today's a mini pod. So we're go and get the book or listen to the book so you can find out what herbs and potions and spells that they're doing. We're not going to give away that, but let us know what books you want us to discuss on the pod, because we're interested in having that be a part of our podcast repertoire.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yes, all right, guys. Thank you. Until next
Thanks for
time.
listening. Bye.
Bye.